A very good afternoon. Welcome to Younib TV News at 1. My name is Eunice Mutua, here to bring you the stories making headlines on this second day of September 2025. We have a lot lined up for you, including the arrest and arraignment of Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok and former Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati. Before we look at this, let us take a look at the headlines.
With Section 48(5) of the Social Health Insurance Act of 2023, penalties for health facilities who knowingly or fraudulently alter information to defraud the authority include up to a fine of 2 million shillings, suspension, and removal from the register of the empaneled providers.
All the Nairobi infrastructure is taken care of, is rectified, and is clearly, we bring back the blame where it's supposed to be, which is with the governor of Nairobi, Arthur Johnson Sakaja. I think even if you go to the hospitals, you find a lot of functions are in a mess.
Please, I don't want to questions about Austin and Net. I'm tired. Let me just focus on the players that's here.
Welcome. In what it describes as a significant step in its campaign on fraudulent health institutions, the Ministry of Health has formally turned over more than 1,000 case files to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. However, despite the severe rhetoric from the medical councils and social health authorities, concerns remain about the lack of transparency as the name of the participating establishments are not publicized.
In accordance with Section 48(5) of the Social Health Insurance Act of 2023, penalties for health facilities who knowingly or fraudulently alter information to defraud the authority include up to a fine of 2 million shillings, suspension, and removal from the register of the empaneled providers. SHA has already written, SHA has already withdrawn user rights for 12 healthcare professionals who are implicated in criminal schemes and will be surcharging facilities to recover any monies paid based on the fraudulent claims.
If anybody has a question about these files, the files don't belong to me anymore. Don't ask me any question. With a lot of respect to the media, I think you can follow it to the DCI along Kiambu Road and find the questions that you want to.
Frowned. Fight against corruption is a fight that police cannot leave any gap. And for that reason, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation is hereby directed to move with speed.
We shall investigate the matter very, very promptly and make sure that all the culprits are identified and prosecuted, regardless of their social status, regardless of their political persuasion.
Bomet Governor Professor Hilary Barchok and former Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati spent the night at Kilimani Police Station in Nairobi, where Wangamati was arraigned this morning. The former Bungoma Governor has claimed that his troubles are as a result of what he describes as a political witch hunt aimed at preventing him from participating in the Bungoma gubernatorial race.
So we suspect they may have arrested him, but they are not telling us We suspect they want to take him to court tomorrow, but they are not telling us. Instead, we just hear information that a senior politician from Bungoma has called the EACC CEO to ensure that he is not released. In law, a person who has been arrested by the police or EACC is entitled to be released on police bond. Right graft. Do it lawfully, respect the rights of all accused persons. And for EACC, we are telling you, don't be used by politicians to settle political scores. A politician who wants his brother to run for governor ought to go and ask the people for votes. You don't use EACC to remove competitors.
This is about politics. It's about politics of 2027. Of course, people know very well and a very good chance to run for governorship in Bungoma County 2027. Have a very clear record for Bungoma. But somebody anataka kuleta ndugu yake asimame kura. That is why I'm going through this. But I'm sure with this legal process, it will come to an end. They will clear me.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja is facing the prospect of impeachment following the endorsement of a motion by over 100 members of the County Assembly seeking his ouster. This motion, led by Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai, outlines more than 20 allegations which include mismanagement of county services, deteriorating infrastructure, inadequate garbage collection, and the purported privatization of public health responsibilities.
We have decided to beat Sakaja. We have decided to beat Sakaja. No turning back. No turning back.
And I think it's only fair that we demand that garbage are all collected, that all the Nairobi infrastructure is taken care of, is rectified, and is clearly, we bring back the blame where it's supposed to be, which is with the governor of Nairobi, Arthur Johnson Sakaja. I think even if you go to the hospitals, you find a lot of functions are in a mess. If you go to the public health sector, where he's privatizing the functions of the county, he's privatizing the acts like vaccinations. We have enough signatures. We passed the threshold. In the 5th minute of collection of signatures, we already had the minimum required 42. We want to ensure that we are not going to take the motion with 42. We are going to take the motion with 100 signatures. Because we believe that this movement of 100 strong is to ensure that 100 elected and nominated MCAs are going to ensure that Sakaja, it is a whole house initiative. Everybody. It is very rare for us to agree on everything. But for the first time, you find it is very hard to get somebody supporting Sakaja in the midst of these MCAs. In all that regard, tunasema kwamba ili Nairobi iwak tena, Sakaja must go. Ili garbage itolewe Nairobi, Sakaja must go. Ili infrastructure ama barabara zijengwe, Sakaja must go. Ili maisha ya watu ichunguliwe kupitia kwa zanati zetu, Sakaja must.
Following a conflict between two communities, tension is still high in Nakuru County, Mushawalami and Tipis region. Despite a security meeting in Tipis to settle the conflict, 3 additional houses were set ablaze on Sunday night, leaving 1 person dead and 8 more injured in the violence that broke.
Documents zilikuwa kwa nyumba. Certificate za watoto na certificate zangu zile zilikuwa kwa box. Hizo ndizo waliniharibia, zilichomeka kwa nyumba. Pamoja na hiyo waliimba kodoo zangu na buzi zilikuwa nje.
Na hizi title deed tunashindwa kwenye tutaenda kuziapply tena. Ama ni shamba zetu wanahaja nazo. Saa hii tunaishi na wasiwasi kama hatujalala. Mtu analala kama ameshikilia roho yake, hatujui wametuuliza nini, wametuchomea manyumba. Sasa watoto wako nyumbani, hawajaenda shule, tunashindwa ni nini mbaya.
Walianza furugu siku ya Friday pale kwa barabara. So mwenye alipigwa pale barabara ati gari yake iligongwa, hata hatumjui ni nani.
Sasa tunaomba tu serikali iingilie kati, itusaidie, ituletee hiyo police post hapa.
Kwa hivyo tunaomba mandugu zetu wa upande ile lingine tuwe na amani, na wengine wa upande wetu tuwe na amani. Amani ni kitu ya maana.
Our dear viewers, we are going for a short break, but we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. With billions set aside to streamline tax procedures and engage hard-to-tax industries, the Kenya Revenue Authority is placing a large bet on technology. In addition to focusing on MSMEs, Commissioner General Humphrey Watanga says the initiative will streamline KRA's internal processes through staff training, new recruitment, and reorganization.
That we have talked far too long about broadening this tax base. Mpaka, it has become a song. If we cannot broaden this tax base between now and June next year, then we better just put it aside and live the way we are living.
Expanding the tax base through voluntary compliance remains primary and critical. As such, we will continue with our collaboration and our co-creation to enhance service delivery, strengthen our partnerships with all stakeholders, and thereby create a taxation system that supports economic growth, innovation, and job creation. Those cross-border transactions and rapid digital innovations demand an agile, modern, and collaborative approach to tax governance. This means moving beyond simply collecting taxes to integrating compliance into the systems that taxpayers already use.
Kenyans are moving more than 40 trillion shillings per year on mobile. That's 3 times GDP. So, Kenyans are not informal in the way they transact. They are using technology, and it is fairly sophisticated.
Benny McCarthy, the head coach of Harambee Stars, has stated that he is tired of answering inquiries concerning Austin Odhiambo's exclusion from the national team camp and is instead choosing to concentrate on getting his current squad ready to play in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Seychelles and Gambia. Benny McCarthy was speaking yesterday at Utalii Ground during a training session with the Harambee Stars squad.
Before we start, please, I don't want questions about Austin and Net. I'm tired. Let me just focus on the players that's here. Okay? That's a question for another day and for another time. Thanks.
Few days.
Marcelo, obviously, as we know, he had a terrible injury in the last match. So, yeah, he's going to need an operation on his Achilles tendon. So, he's also out. And Amos Nondi, exact same injury as since the season started, and then that's how the squad came to be selected. And obviously the boys from the Chan tournament, everybody's done well. So it's kind of unfair to say the ones who's here was the best ones and the ones who's not here. It's just because some of the positions that you have in the team clashes with some of the international players, so you have to make the tough decision. In Gambia, they've got some top quality players, so we're going to have to be really alert and aware, but I think it's something that we're looking forward to. We want to collect as many points as possible, and it is Gambia is the first game.
Still on matters sports, Kenyan track and field coach Stephen Mwaniki says the addition of 2 athletes to an already strong team in the 8,000 meters and 3,000 meters steeplechase will create more competition as the team prepares for the 20th World Championships in Tokyo.
Yeah, we are happy because some of our athletes have been included to join the team, which is going for World Championship in Tokyo. Simply because some of our athletes won the final Diamond League in Zurich. So by winning the Diamond League, World Athletics gave Kenya a chance to include more athletes into the team. And that is the case of 800 meters where Wanyonyi won the Diamond League, and now we have Ngeno who has been included in the team. We have also in the steeplechase, and we also have an inclusion of a javelin thrower. She's now been allowed to join the Kenyan team, and this is the first time that we are having a javelin thrower, especially a lady, to represent the country in the World Championship.
That story brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you for choosing Younib TV. For more of this and more stories, make sure to follow us on our social media platforms to stay informed. I am Eunice Mutua, and thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful and productive afternoon.